Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Peace. Oh man, I'm YouTube famous now. Can you hear my voice? Like, I am super, super sick, which is partly what this story is about. We're gonna get to it in just a second, but first and foremost, Drama Alert Nation. I want to thank you guys all for coming over here. I know I'm a little bit different than Keemstar, but Keemstar was so awesome to shout me out in his video yesterday. It totally made my fucking day. You know, he is the dude right there. So thank you so much, Keemstar, for shouting me out. That was awesome. And I know that like people maybe don't understand why he appreciates my gig, because they're like, he's so different than Peter is. But in some ways, we're a lot alike, and I really appreciate his videos. I watch them every day, and he knows that. So thank you, Keem. I really appreciate it. Peace. Okay, let's get right into this. So Friday night, I started noticing that I was getting sick. Did you hear my voice? I would love to tell you that's from smoking 5 packs of Reds and drinking a fifth of Jack Daniels a day, but that's not the case. And I started noticing that I was getting sick. And I kind of progressively got sicker and sicker throughout the entire weekend. And I was like, what is going on? Like, why am I getting so sick in the middle of the summer when it's 90 degrees outside, right? And I'm like, well, there's got to be something to this. Was I around somebody that was sick? Blah, 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 whatever. My husband was in Chicago for the weekend at a music festival. And I was like, well, I didn't get it from him because he's completely fine. All my friends are completely fine. I'm the only one that's sick. And then I started thinking about this, and I was like, well, what have I been doing different than everybody else has been doing? And on Friday night, I got really, really bored. There were no good videos going up. I was just sitting around. I was going to binge watch Orange is the New Black, but I had to wait till midnight. And so I started watching Katy Perry's live stream. Now, if you don't know what you don't know, boost is a lot. Katy Perry on Friday night started live streaming, living in this house that was supposedly very much like the Big Brother house in Los Angeles. Except that I think she thinks she's the only winner because she's the only one in their winner chicken dinner that needs to be up in this big old house, which maybe might let you know a little bit of how Katy Perry thinks of herself, except for that she's having this entourage of celebrity guests over to her house. So I started watching this thing on Friday night, and I progressively got sicker and sicker through the weekend. And what I realized was that it wasn't really a medical condition that I had. It was the fact that Katy Perry was infecting me with her sickness and crap through the entire weekend from this live stream that, thank God, is ending this afternoon, because I am tired of being hoarse from having to shout at the YouTube channel, "You are an idiot." I was so tired of watching this. And it really kind of came to a head last night, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So anyway, I'm watching this the other day. Which one day was it? Maybe Saturday or Sunday? And she had on the makeup guru, Patrick Starr. Now, if you don't know, what you don't know is a lot. Patrick Starr wears turbans and does makeup tutorials and all this kind of stuff, right? He's all right. I like him. I think he's kind of fun, and he kind of stays out of all the drama, so whatever. So I'm watching this, and Patrick's doing his makeup, and he's telling all these nice stories about how he did a makeover and an Uber driver, and it's real sweet, and hey, say hi to your moms and all that kind of stuff, right? So anyway, I'm watching all this, and Katy Perry is like using this voice, and I'm like, what is that voice she's using? And he's like, what's the one time that Patrick asks her, like, what's the time that you remember, like, that you met somebody and it was like really nice or whatever, and she's like, well, I always love meeting my fans, and it's wonderful. And I'm like, who is this? Like, I just saw you as somebody else, and you weren't talking in that voice. What's going on? And then he says something to her, and she's like, every time I go on tour. And I'm like, this is Madonna from the late 80s. Like, baby, I watched it back in the day, okay? I watched that Blonde Ambition tour. I had all the beast dance moves down. I was like, you couldn't have... I was like, why didn't she ask me to go on tour? So anyway, I mean, I had the moves. So I was like, this is old school Madonna. Why is Katy Perry trying to be like old school Madonna? I didn't get it, and I was bored with the gal, and I said, listen, hey, I mean, I know she's a lyrical genius and all, but I have never felt like a plastic bag, Katy Perry. I'm sorry, okay? Furthermore, this is what I don't understand, is that this whole thing is a gimmick because she's got a record dropping. Y'all know that? It's called Witness. Witness. That was the movie back in the day when that Amish chick showed her boobies, okay? I saw that movie. My dad allowed me, and I thought it was like the most sinful thing in the entire world. But I did want to go meet a bunch of Amish people after that, because I thought, well, I think this is kind of cool. They all live there, and they don't, I don't know, like cornbread and beans or something. But anyway, I don't know why she did. So apparently this is supposed to be this real deep album of Katy Perry's. Really? Katy Perry deep, fireworks, okay? So anyway, I'm watching this whole thing and I'm like, so this whole gig, this whole 4-day live stream thing, of which I am as annoyed as shit, right? Because it's so boring and I get in there and then I'm just like this. Do you ever get like that with shit? You have to watch it. It's like you can't turn away, right? So I'm watching all this ignorant stuff and I'm just going on and on and on and I'm like, oh, this is all because she's got this record dropping, right? I'm like, oh no, man, this isn't making me want to buy any kind of record. Who'd care? I don't, not at all. I mean, I don't have any issues with Katy Perry. If I hear a song of hers playing in the bar, I might be like, all right, baby. But I'm not going and buying no album of hers, okay? And I saw her perform and she was just okay. She wasn't like off the charts. Let's just be for real. Furthermore, I don't really understand what's happened these days with all these musical geniuses. Why they always gotta have a gimmick, okay? Why can't they just, like the old days of like the Grateful Dead and all that kind of stuff, why can't they just play their music? Why can't the music just be good enough? Why is there always gotta be a gimmick? That's why I like electronic dance music, classic rock, and hip hop, baby, because they ain't trying to do any kind of gimmicks. They're just getting out there and they're like, hey, here's my music, like it or don't like it, I don't really care. That's what I appreciate in musical genius, right? I read this article and they're like, well, Beyonce doesn't have to worry about doing all kinds of gimmicks. She doesn't. I mean, Beyonce can like drop an album like that and it goes to platinum literally in like 10 minutes before she even gets off the toilet. But you know, like she still does some gimmicks, let's be for real. She's always dressing a fool up at the Grammy Awards and stuff like that. And I love old Beyonce, I do, but you know, I mean, I just don't get all that. And I don't understand why all these people have to have these gimmicks to stay. It's always a gimmick. We're in this whole gimmick generation. And I'll tell you, this is how I know it, right? So if you don't know what you don't know, it's a lot. I get up on live stream, it's hot as shit up in here. And I'm on YouNow every night between 10 and 11. And I'm on there last night. And I'm talking to my people up there and stuff like that. Hey people, I love you people. So anyway, I'm up there and I'm talking and I look over the side, all the hashtags, right? All the groups you can get in. And there's one in it, it's called Sleeping Squad. And I'm like, what is this? I go, is this like so you can just like, watch people sleep? And they're all like, oh yeah, Katy Perry started it because of her live stream. I was like, oh shit, kill a beast. Who'd want to watch Katy Perry sleep? Well, then I thought back and I was remembering when Patrick Starr said, while he was doing her makeup, he was like, oh girl, I was watching you this morning. You were sleeping. You looked so pretty in your sleep. I was like, oh no, man, that's so creepy weird. Why would you want to watch somebody just sleep? And then I started telling my people, I said, listen, I'm going to get on live stream tomorrow and I'm going to put myself in Sleeping Squad and don't you think everybody won't come over there and watch me because I know they will. And then I'm going to be sitting all up in there, just listen, just having all the people come in there and watch me sleep and I'm just going to sit in there and not do a damn thing. So if you want to do it with me, first of all, what you got to do is you got to get your pillow. See, pillow, Sleeping Squad. So I'm going to put my pillow right back here. Then the second thing you need to do, because a bunch of these weirdos over there on that live YouNow stream, they were doing it last night. Grown adults were doing this shit. They had these baby pacifiers in their mouth. Now, I got the Mickey Mouse one because, man, he's the dude right there, okay? They had Minnie Mouse, which probably a lot of you are like, well, you should have got the Minnie Mouse one. But I was like, no, I'm getting the Mickey Mouse one. So I did. So here's what you do if you want to be like Katy Perry on that live stream, as if who'd care. Anyway, look at this shit. I feel like I'm back at a rave. Why would anybody want to watch that? That's the most weirdest shit I've ever seen in my entire life. I just don't get it. What is next? And Katy Perry's on there talking about, well, it all started with Vimeo. I used to vlog back in the day with Vimeo, and I had a Tumblr, and I put all kinds of pictures of, I don't know, cats and Japanese art and all kinds of, I was like, what? And then she goes, so the next step was just obviously me being live on YouTube. Who? That doesn't make, where is the linear line for that? That doesn't make any sense to me. To me, if you were Katy Perry, I think, well, the next thing for me was maybe acting in a movie and getting an Oscar, not living in a house on YouTube. I mean, maybe that's the next move for me, because I'm not YouTube famous like she is. She can do whatever she wants to do. I just think it's the craziest shit in the entire world. I can't get with it. I am so glad it is ending today. Gal, you need to get off the YouTube and leave it to the rest of us losers that don't have anything to do but get on here and talk a bunch of shit. Seriously, okay? Listen, you can sing and make some music, I guess, because everybody in the world relates to that. You know, have you ever felt like a plastic bag? But I didn't. But, you know, a lot of people do. They want to buy your albums. Go do something better than living on YouTube. Seriously, this ain't the Truman Show. Anyway, that's all I got to say for today. I'll be back tomorrow. Follow me on all my social media. I'm super active and I'm vlogging every day for the year 2017. It's listed below on Peter Vlogs. I love you guys. Bye.